Hi there. Welcome to Sarah's Stitchery. My name is Sarah, and this is my channel where I talk all about my cross-stitch journey, so welcome. Today is November 10th, and this is Flosstube number 23. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and spending more time with me. And if you're new here, hi, I hope you enjoy what you see today, and I hope that you will consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope everybody will consider leaving me a comment down below. So let's get started. I usually start with a personal update, but I haven't been doing anything, so besides working. So nothing exciting to share. So I'm just going to dive right into the cross stitch today. I have a SAF, which means a start and finish. I have some whip progress, so works in progress. I have a reminder about a stitch along that my friend and I are hosting that's going to be starting very soon. And I have some giveaway winners to announce from the last video, and I have a new giveaway. So lots to talk about today. Let's go ahead and start with my SAF, my start and finish. So in my last video, I had mentioned that I was planning to start this chart called Hallow Day In by Brenda Gervais. And my friend Sarah from Handmade by Sarah W on Instagram and Flosstube, she wanted to start it with me as well. So we both started it on the same day, and we were just having so much fun. We just went to town and got it done. We finished it on November 1st. So almost a Halloween finish, not quite. Sorry, there's a little dog hair on it. So here it is. Let me show you. There's my finish. So I stitched mine on a 40 count rustic drab by XJ Design, and I stitched it with all the called for colors except I know I changed the orange. I think I changed it to Fallen Leaves. I can't remember if Fallen Leaves is a Classic Colorworks or Gentle Arts floss, but I changed it to that. And I think I changed the witch's skin color, which I think might have been a little too light because they're hard to see, but that's all right. I do wish I would have changed this like golden color because the moon is very hard to see. But I think it kind of gives it that primitive look, so I decided I wasn't going to frog it and change it. So anyway, Sarah and I decided that the witches were us, and so we personalized it with our initials. And I think it turned out so cute. So I finished mine on this board that I got from Chantel's 141. It's called the Everything board. And I used a Tattered Angels color wash tint that I got from Hobby Lobby to stain it. And I think it turned out really pretty. So there it is. And I'm going to put it out with my decor. I still have Halloween and Thanksgiving out, although I'm feeling the pull to start putting out my Christmas. I've been actively resisting Christmas decorating. I usually wait till the day after Thanksgiving, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold off that long, but we'll see. I'm also actively resisting Christmas in my stitching because I'm still very much in the fall mood, but I'm starting to feel that pull towards some of my Christmas stitches, so we'll see. There's no rules, right? I could do whatever makes me happy. But for right now, fall and Halloween are making me happy still. So I'm going to go with it for now. So there's my finish. I love it. All right. Oh, I'm going to sit it back here. There we go. Okay. Let's talk about, before I get into my whips, let's talk about the stitch along. So I mentioned it in my last video. Sarah and I talked about it in our video Stitching with the Sarahs that we did together recently, which you can find on both of our channels. We are hosting the stitch along for the Hands-On Design Winter Folk. It's the final installment of the Folk series from Hands-On Design. And I am just so excited to stitch this. It is so pretty. Sarah and I decided we're going to start ours on November 17th. And we hope lots and lots of you will join us, whether you're rounding out the series with us with your final installment of the series, or whether you're starting it for the first time. We'd love for you to join us. Like I said, we're going to be starting it next week. So we're going to start stitching on November 17th. And it's a stitch at your own pace kind of stitch along. So feel free to join us on Sunday, or if you want to start before us, that's okay. Or if you want to wait and start later, that's fine too. It's just a stitch at your own pace and enjoy the process kind of stitch. So we are using the hashtag HOD Winter Folk SAL. And we would love to see your progress. So if you would post that on social media, tag myself at Stitchy Sarah Reads, tag Sarah at Handmade by Sarah W, tag Kathy from Hands On Design at Hands On Design, and if you are using the finishing board from Chantel's 141 to display yours on, make sure you tag Chantel as well. I will put everybody down below so you don't have to try to remember that as well as the hashtag, but I would love for you to join us. I will be stitching mine using the called for linen. It calls for 32 count driftwood by Fabrics by Stephanie. I am using all the called for DMCs. Love that color palette, so pretty. And oh, look at that blue peeking through back there. And then of course, don't forget you need the pearl cotton for the specialty stitches. The specialty stitches, and all the stitches in fact, are very friendly for Aida and linen. So no worries, no matter what you stitch on, your stitching will look wonderful. Kathy always has a really good tutorial video and written, let me sit that over there, and written instructions for the specialty stitches. So don't let that stop you from joining us, because I've done fall, spring, and summer, and all of my specialty stitches turned out beautifully because I followed Kathy's directions. So anyway, I hope you'll join us. Let me know in the comments below if you're planning on stitching with us, and I'm looking forward to seeing your progress on social media. Okay, let's get into my WIPs, my works in progress. I have 2 new starts, so let's start with those. All right, the first one, let me pull up the pattern on my iPad. I mentioned in my last video or 2 that I got an iPad for my birthday, and I'm loving it. It's been really fun to use it for stitching. I've never had an iPad before, so I'm really enjoying being able to zoom in so I can see my patterns really well. So I started this with a group of my friends. As soon as the pattern came out, Sarah W and I were like, we're stitching that, like immediately. We had bought the pattern. We've been planning it since we saw it, that we were going to start it. And so a group of our friends has started it. So we've all begun. So myself and Sarah, our friend Michelle from Michelle E. Quilts, our friend Lori from The Grateful Needle. I can't remember. I know Allison, our friend Alley Cat 13, is going to start, and I can't remember if anyone else has started or is starting, but there's a group of us who are stitching it, and I know a lot of people on Instagram and Flosstube are stitching this because this design is gorgeous. It is Harvest Moon. Try not to get my ring light in there. Harvest Moon by Annie Beez Folk Art. It's one of her new designs that came out at the most recent market, and it is stunning. So I just started mine, I want to say yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. So I was waiting till Halloween was over. I wanted to get all my Halloween stitches in. And then this month I'm really trying to focus on like fall in general. So there's my start. Not a big start yet, but it's a start. So I'm stitching mine on a new to me fabric. I have never used until now Cedar River linen. And so I had recently ordered a couple of pieces for myself, a couple of cuts of linen for myself. This one is 40 count Maple Bar by Cedar River linen. And I think that it is just perfect for this design. So that's my start. And the really fun thing, besides using a new to me linen, is that I am using the Roxy Floss conversion that Hannah from Evertotes came up with. So my friends Emily and Lori recently went to Stitch North, and while they were there, Hannah from Evertotes came up with a color conversion using all Roxy Floss for this design. So of course I had to use it too, I had some of the Roxy Floss colors in my stash already, and then I ordered the ones that I was missing. So I think that's gonna look really good on there. I did change a couple of Hannah's colors just so they would look better on my fabric. But yeah, I'm excited so far of how this is looking. I am going to be frogging out. I don't even know if you can see it. There's a little tiny green leaf here. That leaf is really not showing up. So I have decided not to use that color. That was one of the ones that I changed. So that leaf is going to be frogged out and replaced by a different color, but that's my start so far. So you can see that I started up here in the left-hand corner of the pattern. And I did a couple of leaves and I came over to the flagpole and the roof. So I'm just kind of like moving over to the house. All my friends were good. They ate their vegetables first and they did the border first. I just get tired of borders. So I did part of the border and then I moved on. I'll come back to it. It'll be fine. I am notorious for saving borders for last. It's not one of my finer qualities. So I'm keeping this in a painted leaf co bag that my mom made, I want to say last year. And I think the colors of this bag are just perfect for this beautiful fall stitch. I mean, look at that. Couldn't match better if I tried. My mom is the maker of Painted Leaf Co. on Etsy. Her bags are beautiful. Definitely follow her shop on Etsy and follow her on Instagram. So there's that one. I had another new start. I had been wanting to start, I think I have the pattern here. Here we go. I had been wanting to start the Merry Autumn Pinkeep by Stacy Nash. I believe this also came out at the most recent market. And it is just so fall. I mean, look at that giant white pumpkin. You've got the lady feeding the chickens there. So I've been dying to start that one. So I decided the other night, I'm going to start it. So I have a very small start on this one, even smaller than the other one. Not sure why I'm getting that dark shadow. There we go. It's very dreary outside today, so I'm not getting much natural light. So that's kind of messing with my light source here. But there's like a shadow right here. I don't know what's going on. Move it over there. There we go. That's better. So I'm stitching this on, I want to say this is Weeks Dye Works. I'm going to check. Hold on. It is, nope, it's not Weeks Dye Works. It's Fiber on a Whim Wheat 46 count. And I'm using all the called for colors except there was one color that I could not get. I think it was a Gentle Arts. And so I subbed in a Roxy Floss instead because I have a lot of Roxy Floss colors in my stash. And that's my teeny tiny little start. I started up here in the top left corner. So hopefully the next time I see you, I'll have some progress. Maybe some chickens or a big white pumpkin. And I'm keeping all of that in my chicken bag that I got from my sister, Megan, who is on Etsy as Pepper Pot Shop. I don't know why I looked. I know what her shop name is. She's on Etsy and Instagram as Pepper Pot Shop. And these chickens are just too much. So, of course, I had to put my chicken pattern in my chicken bag. Very cute. So, hopefully I'll have more progress on that the next time I see you as well. But 2 cute new starts. All right, let's see. What else have I worked on? I worked on Jack's House Pinkeep. I wanted to stitch this because my friend Sarah, Handmade by Sarah W., had stitched it recently, and I love Stacy Nash, and so I was like, I want to stitch that too. So I bought the pattern and I joined in. Sarah has since finished hers. She was stitching it with another friend of hers, and they finished it up. I'm the straggler. That's okay. That's all right. So I don't even know what this fabric is. I had gone and found it in my stash. It was something that I had started a different project on and had abandoned, and the name of the fabric got lost in translation. See, that was my previous start. We're just gonna pretend that's not there. But there's my start. It looks so cute. Now the pattern calls for 3 colors. They are Gentle Arts Ginger Snap, Roasted Marshmallow, and Picnic Basket. I decided I wanted to add a green in there, so I decided to grab a Roxy floss. In fact, this was one of their older ones when they were called Leo and Roxy, and it's the color Spinach. So I added that to the color palette, and I think it really works out really well. So I used it for all of the vines and the leaves and stuff. And I think that looks really good. So there we are. I would like to get this finished before the season is over. It wouldn't take me too long. It's not a very big stitch. But I worked on that a little bit, and that was fun. I have this in one of my older Painted Leaf Co. bags, one of the vinyl front ones. I love the little cats and pumpkins on it, so I thought pumpkins will be good for my pumpkin stitch. Okay, moving on. Next, I have a stitch that Sarah W. and I are stitching together. She and I stitch a lot of the same things, which is why we film together sometimes once a month. And so one of our shared stitches, this was one that we had decided to start together, is called Tom's Foolery by Hands Across the Sea. I'll bring it in a little bit. There's a lot going on. A lot going on in that sampler there. But we just love how whimsical and colorful and crazy it is. And we had actually started it on April Fool's Day last year. So we came up with the hashtag Foolery on Fools. So if you're stitching Tom's Foolery, or if you want to stitch it with us, feel free to use that hashtag. It's so fun. And there it is. It's really coming along. Like, we just add a little bit here and there, and it's just kind of blossoming right before my eyes. So we decided to come in and add these little birds, and the 2, I'm guessing these are dogs. That's what I'm gonna say. They're dogs. And I've just kind of been adding in, there's like all these little tiny like motifs that are in here. So I just kind of add those in as I go along, but it's coming along. We still have a lot to go. There's a big yellow house in the middle of this thing. So you can see there's still a lot to stitch, but we'll get there. We're making progress. And I just think it's so fun. The colors are all DMC. And you can see there's just so many fun, bright colors in this palette. And of course, I'm using my little floss bling that Sarah made for me. Let me turn it around here. It's got the little guy from the pattern in his striped pajamas. So, yay, I'm so glad we're plugging away on that one. Will we get it done by April Fool's? I don't know. We haven't really talked about like what our goal is as far as like when we want to finish it, but that might be something to talk about. Maybe finishing it by April Fool's. Who knows? Okay. Oh, and I forgot to show you my bag. I'm keeping this in a bag that I got from my friend Lori. She gave this to me at StitchCon. She's the Grateful Needle. And I had to use my very colorful bag for my colorful, whimsical, crazy Tom's Foolery. So it's perfect. Okay. Next is another stitch that I'm doing with Sarah. We started a while back. We started Sarah's Sewing Bag by Stacy Nash for obvious reasons. And this is easily one of my favorite stitches. I am loving every minute of this stitch, and it just looks amazing. Like, I feel like the picture doesn't even do it justice. Here's the back of it. So we will be sewing it into these beautiful little sewing bags, and we already have some trinkets and things to put in our bags when they're done. And let me show you what I've got. Let me put it on my board here. It is so pretty. So pretty. Oh, I forgot to tell you my fabric for Tom's Foolery. I feel like I'm all over the place today. So Tom's Foolery is being stitched on a 40 count Lightning by Needle Bling. Sorry about that. I felt like I was like kind of going fast through everything. All right. Here is Sarah's sewing bag. It is so good. This fabric, I feel like, is the perfect choice. It is 40 count Saltbush by Fox and Rabbit. And I feel like the colors are just like popping off of it. I mean, look at this house. It's like, it is so good. So Sarah and I, we decided we wanted to come down here and stitch this border. So this border is actually going to be the border for the back of the bag. So when we sew it together, this part is going to get like folded under as the back of the bag. And it was a little bit of a pain to stitch because you can see there's a lot of color change. That's not a variegated floss. Those are all separate colors, but I think it's a really cool effect. So, you know, it was a pain, but it was worth it. Definitely worth it. So we only have left the two baskets in here and these two little hearts and this little motif. So not much left to go. And this upside down flower basket up here will fold down as the top of the bag there. I love this one so much. I'm going to be like sad when it's done, but happy too. Sarah's one of those stitches, like she doesn't want it to end. She just wants to keep stitching it and stitching it. I want it to be done so that I can fully finish it and enjoy it. So, but for this one, oh, I'm enjoying every stitch of this. It is just so beautiful. I love that one. Love it. And I'm keeping that in a bag from Buckleberry Quilts. I thought the colors were very complimentary. So that's where that one lives. All right, I'm just gonna set that aside. Okay. It's always funny every time I get ready to film, I'm like, I don't really have much to show, but it's amazing how much I actually do have to show. So I have two more things to show you. The next one is a previous birthday start of mine. I started this in 2021, and it is the Moonlight Sampler by the Blue Flower. And my original plan was to stitch this whole sampler. And so I gotten a bunch of this stitched up here, but my fabric was too light. Stop me if you heard the story before. And so I had to scrap it and start over. But I was like, I really mostly just like this alphabet down here with these animals. And then when I had gone to StitchCon a couple of years ago, maybe, in the annex, they have all the models. And in the annex was the model for this. So it was a pillow that is stitched. It's using the alphabet and the animals that are at the bottom of that sampler with a border around it. And I was like, that's exactly what I want to do. So I restarted it on different fabric. And I'm going to be doing, here, this picture might be better. I'm going to be doing the pillow version instead of the whole sampler. So it's a restart for me. And I've been making great progress on it. I'm stitching it on a Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers fabric in the color Queen Crepe Myrtle. It's a 40 count. Almost all of my fabrics are always going to be 40 count with the exception of like a 46 here and there. And I always use one strand over two, in case you were wondering. And there it is. It's turning out so good. Sorry if you just heard my stomach growl. It's turning out so good. So I think since you've seen it last, I know that I've added in some more letters. I think I added in the JKL, the PQ, the start of the R, and then this adorable sleepy sloth down here at the bottom. So I'm going to keep plugging away on this one. I would like to get this finished before the new year, so we'll see. I'll keep working, but I think it looks so good on this fabric. I like the purple with the little punches of green here and there, so I think it's so cute. And I'm using all the called for colors. I believe we've got some Weeks Dye Works, some DMCs, some classic Colorworks. Just a really pretty palette. So there's that. And I'm keeping that one in a bag that I got from Vintage Owl Lady on Etsy. This is another one of those Tula Pink fabrics with the kitty cats on it. I figured it was good for an animal stitch, so there we go. And I've got one final whip to show you. Now this one was a restart for me. I had started this, I want to say back in 2021. I had started it on a 32 count fabric. Let me show you the pattern first. It's Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. I had started it on a 32 count Murky long ago, and you know, I just really discovered that I don't like stitching with 2 strands, and I just didn't like how it was looking, and so I decided to restart it. And so I restarted it, I want to say last year, maybe the year before, can't remember, it's been a while. But I restarted it on a 40 count Ancient by Picture This Plus, and here we are. I am using all the called for colors with the exception of Gentle Arts Garden Gate, just because I couldn't find it. And so I replaced it with, what did I replace it with? Let me look here. I replaced it with Weeks Dye Works Bark. And so that's going to be like the colors of these letters up here. And this border. The border alternates between Bark and Onyx. Or the pattern between Garden Gate and Onyx. And I like it. You can't really tell much of a difference here on camera, but I can tell the subtle difference in person. Another change that I made was in the house. You can see there are 2 different colors in the house, and it's charted that way. But the 2 colors that it's charted in, I believe were Wood Smoke and Maple Syrup from Gentle Arts. My Wood Smoke and Maple Syrup are basically the same color. Let me see if I can show you real quick. Sorry, I'm trying to do all this with one hand. Here we go. They look a little bit different, but when I was stitching them on the house, it was looking like the same exact color. So I decided instead of using the maple syrup, I used the pecan pie that's already in the palette. And you can see there is a difference between those 2 colors. So the pecan pie is the same color as the tree trunk over here. So those were just some very small changes I made, but I think it still very much looks like the cover photo. So I'm very much enjoying it, and Sarah W. is also stitching it. She started it recently. She decided to start it when I decided to pick mine back up. And so we are going for a finish on this. So I'm hoping the next time I see you, this will be a finish. It's going to look so good. I'm not looking forward to that border. I hate stitching borders. Sarah's good. She works on the border. She does not save the border for last. That's a bad quality of mine. I avoid it until I get to the end and I'm like, oh, I got to do this border. But here we are. So that was my last whip. My last work in progress. So very good. I got through that pretty quickly, very painlessly, I hope. Now let's talk about giveaways. So in my last video, I talked about a new designer called the Midnight Stitchery. It's made up of 2 ladies named Jessica and Cheryl, and they call it the Midnight Stitchery because they have small children, and so once the children are in bed, then they do all their designing and stitching late at night. So they're often up late at night around midnight, texting each other ideas and designs and stuff. So they had reached out to me and asked if I would host a giveaway and also offer a coupon code for my viewers. So the coupon code is actually still valid until November 15th. So if you have not had a chance to go check out their shop, I will link them below. They are called the Midnight Stitchery. I believe if you go on Etsy, you have to look for Midnight Stitchery XS. I will link them below, no worries. And if you use the code SARAH20, SARAH, the number 20, you can get 20% off of your purchase. They have several designs in their shop. They are mostly like holiday seasonal designs, and they are adorable. So go check them out. Use your coupon code. It's good through the 15th. And also, like I said, they had offered to do a giveaway. So they were offering 5 of their PDF charts up for 5 of my viewers. So I chose 5 people. Those 5 people can choose a design from the Midnight Stitchery, and the ladies over there will get you that design as a PDF download. So the giveaway was open to anyone, again, because it's a PDF download. So I have chosen the 5 winners, randomly chosen them, and they are Cross Stitcher TX, Joanne Fry -HD7NI, Patricia Hupp, Vicky Owsley 3373, and Nanette Peter 6518. I'm going to hold this up here. I know some people like pop up a little picture, but here we are. So if one of these lovely viewers is you, reach out to me. My Gmail is stitchysarahreads@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me on Instagram @stitchysarahreads and let me know that you're one of my winners. I will get you in touch with the Midnight Stitchery. You can choose which pattern you like, and they will send you the PDF download. So congratulations, ladies. Okay, let's take a look here. The next is like haul/giveaway. So as I mentioned before, my mom and my sister are bag makers. They have their own shops on Etsy, and you can find them on Instagram. My sister gifted me this lovely bag from her shop. So my sister's shop is called Pepper Pot Shop, and she gave me this adorable reindeer bag from her shop. She has more. Run on over there. She's got a really great selection of bags in her shop. She's got holiday bags, cute, adorable bags in her shop. You got to go over and check them out. But I think this one is just too cute. And every time I see this bag, hold on, I haven't even opened it up yet. I just got this bag today. Beautiful red and white stripes. Every time I see this bag, I think of that design, that new design by the artsy housewife called Lit. It's got the reindeer with all of the Christmas lights in his antlers. Every time I see this bag, I think of that design, and it makes me want to stitch that so bad. I haven't stitched any artsy housewife designs yet, so I'm feeling like I need to get that pattern and put it in this bag pronto. So go get your own. Hop on over there. She's got adorable bags in the shop. Look at that little reindeer. And snag one for yourself. She said she has more in the shop. So run, don't walk. That's Pepper Pot Shop. I'll link her below. And then speaking of reindeer, my mom came and brought me a couple of bags the other day. And this was one of them. Look at those reindeer with their curly antlers. Look at that little bird. This is so pretty. And I love how the swirlies up here mimic the swirly antlers. So pretty. So this is from my mom's shop, Painted Leaf Co. on Etsy and Instagram. I'm just now noticing that the swirlies, they're on the inside too, are sparkly. Don't know how I didn't notice that before. So I actually already have a project in here. So I will be going to the Jingle Ball on online, the one that's hosted by Lindy Stitches, the only one. And I am going to be doing the Stacy Nash class. I don't have the pattern yet. I don't believe she sent that out yet. I did the PDF class. I didn't do the kit. And it's a little house needle book. And so I already have my supplies ready. She sent out an email telling like what the fabric is and the floss. And so I've already kitted it up and it's already in this bag ready to go. So I decided to use, I'm not using the called for fabric. I'm using a 40 count Up in the Attic by Fox and Rabbit, but I am using all the called for Weeks Dye Works. So I think they'll look good on this. There's another color in here. Hold up. Where is it? There it is. That beautiful like mauve color. So these are all the colors for the house, and I've got it all kitted up and ready to go once the pattern gets here, because I'm excited about that. There we go. There's the colors. I'm really excited about this one. So it had to go in my new bag. So ready or not, I'm ready to stitch some Jingle Ball. Even though I said I've been actively avoiding Christmas, it's coming. It's coming. So in addition to the deer bag that my mom brought, she also brought another bag. And let me show it to you. I love it. How beautiful is that? So, hold on one second. So, oh, I forgot to mention, sorry, let me back it up. This bag is she's calling Dasher and Dancer. She did sell out of these, but she will be having a restock next weekend. So probably around like the 16th or 17th. Definitely go follow her on Etsy. Follow both her and my sister because they always post on there on Etsy and Instagram. On Instagram, they always post when they're having new drops of their bags. So definitely go follow them. So this one will be restocked next weekend. And this one is coming on the 13th, on Wednesday. This will be in her shop. It is called Christmas Patchwork. It is beautiful. I love how nicely the fabric up here matches the fabric down here. Let's look inside. How pretty is that? But unfortunately, this one's not for me. It's for one of you. So this is a giveaway. My mom wanted to thank all of you who have supported her shop and bought bags from her and followed her on Instagram and Etsy. So she wanted to host a giveaway. And so this lovely bag with the beautiful snowflake charm could be yours. So all you need to do is say the word winter in your comment below. I will ask that you be a U.S. resident simply because I have to pay for the shipping for this. So, yes, if you want to enter the giveaway, just use the word winter. Don't use the word giveaway, free, win, nothing like that. I want to make sure that this goes to someone who will actually appreciate it and use it for its intended purpose. So there we go. So thank you, Painted Leaf Co., for hosting our giveaway, and I can't wait to see who wins. Okay, fantastic. I think that's it for today. So nice quick 38-minute video. That's not bad at all. So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for spending some time with me today and seeing what I'm stitching. And I would love to hear what you're stitching. Let me know if you're going to be joining in on the Winter Folk Stitch Along. And let me know, are you still stitching fall with me, or have you moved on to Christmas? I have a feeling by the time I see you guys next time, I don't know if I'll be able to continue to resist the urge to stitch Christmas. So we'll see. I guess in my next video, we'll see how well I've been able to stick to my plan to stitch fall. All right, guys, have a great day, night, whatever time it is there. I hope you're having a great one, and I'll see you later. Bye.